Ladies and gentlemen, imagine a garden you care for deeply. You water it, nurture it, and give it sunlight. But what happens if the soil rejects your seeds? Do you keep trying to plant, or you step back and honor the natural rhythm of growth? Likewise, in relationships, your energy is sacred. When someone ignores you, it is not a reflection of your worth, but rather their inability or unwillingness to engage. The instinct to text or reach out in such moments stems from an old belief. If I just try harder, they'll see my value. But here's a truth that liberates. Your value does not need proving. The way you allow others to treat you is a mirror of how you perceive your own self-worth. This simple yet profound truth forms the foundation of all relationships in your life. When you prioritize your emotional well-being and value yourself, you create a standard for how others should treat you. Conversely, if you tolerate disrespect, neglect, or indifference, it often signals an underlying belief that you are unworthy of more. This is not a judgment, but a gentle invitation to look inward and assess how deeply you honor your own worth. To understand self-worth, it's essential to acknowledge that it isn't something you need to earn. It isn't tied to external validation, accomplishments, or someone else's approval. Self-worth is inherent. It is the quiet knowing that you are enough simply because you exist. When you embody this belief, it transforms your relationships. You no longer feel compelled to chase affection, explain your value, or overextend yourself for the attention of someone who doesn't reciprocate. Instead, you radiate a quiet confidence that naturally attracts respectful and meaningful connections. Imagine standing in front of a mirror and speaking kindly to yourself. The words you choose set the tone for how you engage with the world. If you tell yourself that you are worthy of love and respect, you carry that energy into every interaction. It's not about arrogance or superiority, but about honoring your needs and boundaries. On the other hand, if your inner dialogue is filled with self-doubt, you may unconsciously allow others to treat you in ways that align with that doubt. Choosing to prioritize your emotional well-being often means learning to say no, both to others and to your own impulses. For instance, the urge to text someone who ignores you might stem from a desire to seek closure, validation, or attention. However, this action often reinforces the belief that you need to prove your value or work to earn someone's care. When you resist this urge and instead choose silence, you send a powerful message to yourself. I am enough as I am, and I will not lower my standards for anyone. This shift can be uncomfortable, especially if you're used to seeking validation outside of yourself. It may feel unfamiliar to prioritize your feelings over the approval of others, but this is where true growth begins. By respecting your own boundaries, you teach others to do the same. Relationships built on mutual respect and appreciation flourish naturally. They do not require chasing or convincing. When you anchor yourself in self-worth, you create a ripple effect. You inspire others to treat you with the care and respect you deserve. You also begin to notice when someone's behavior doesn't align with your values, and you can make choices that protect your peace. In this way, self-worth is not only a personal practice, but also a transformative force in your relationships. It empowers you to walk away from what doesn't serve you and to welcome what truly aligns with your highest good. The transformative power of silence and boundaries lies in their ability to protect your energy and establish a foundation of respect in your relationships. Silence and boundaries are not tools of manipulation or punishment. Rather, they are acts of self-care and self-respect. They provide a clear message to yourself and others about what you are willing to accept and what you will not tolerate. Understanding and embracing these practices can profoundly shift the way you engage with the world and with the people around you. Silence is a powerful tool because it creates space. In moments of conflict or emotional turmoil, the instinct to fill the void with words can be overwhelming. You may feel compelled to explain, justify, or seek closure, but this often serves to escalate the situation or deplete your emotional reserves. Silence, however, allows you to step back, reflect, and center yourself. It communicates strength, poise, and a refusal to engage in dynamics that diminish your peace. Choosing silence in response to being ignored, for example, is not an act of weakness. It is a deliberate decision to honor your worth by not chasing after someone's attention or validation. Boundaries, on the other hand, are the structures that uphold your emotional well-being. They define where your energy ends and someone else's begins. Setting boundaries is an act of love for yourself and for others. It ensures that your interactions are grounded in mutual respect rather than a cycle of overgiving or over-asking. Boundaries are not rigid walls. They are flexible yet firm lines that guide how you expect to be treated. For example, deciding not to engage with someone who repeatedly disregards your feelings is a boundary that protects your self-esteem and emotional health. When silence and boundaries are combined, they create a dynamic force for personal empowerment. Consider a situation where someone's actions consistently show disregard for your feelings or time. Instead of repeatedly explaining your perspective or hoping they will change, silence gives you the opportunity to detach and evaluate the situation objectively. Meanwhile, your boundary ensures that you do not invest more energy than is warranted. By stepping away, you are not being cold or unkind. You are simply prioritizing your peace and refusing to partake in dynamics that drain you. These practices also teach others how to engage with you. People often mirror the standards you set. When you consistently maintain your boundaries and use silence to navigate unhealthy situations, you send a clear message. I value myself, and I expect the same from you. Over time, this approach naturally filters out relationships that are not aligned with your well-being and strengthens those that are. Embracing silence and boundaries may feel challenging at first, especially if you are accustomed to overextending yourself for others. However, with practice, they become second nature. They empower you to approach relationships from a place of self-assurance rather than fear or desperation. Ultimately, they allow you to conserve your energy for the people and experiences that truly enrich your life, ensuring that your interactions are rooted in respect, reciprocity, and genuine care. Focusing on actions rather than words is a cornerstone of understanding the true intentions and investment of those around you. Words can be comforting, persuasive, or even manipulative, but actions are the clearest reflection of someone's priorities and values. They reveal the deeper truth of a person's character and commitment, serving as a reliable guide in relationships and interactions. By shifting your attention to what people do rather than what they say, you empower yourself to make decisions based on clarity and authenticity. It's easy to be swayed by someone's words, especially when they align with what you want to hear. Promises of care, love, or change can spark hope, but without consistent action to back them up, they remain empty. A person who claims to care about you but repeatedly ignores your needs or disrespects your boundaries is showing you through their actions that their words lack sincerity. This disconnect can be painful, but it is also liberating because it provides the insight needed to navigate relationships with wisdom and self-respect. Actions speak a language that is far less ambiguous than words. When someone truly values you, it shows in how they treat you, they make time for you, respect your feelings, and show up consistently. These behaviors reflect genuine care and effort, On the other hand, repeated patterns of neglect, inconsistency, or indifference indicate a lack of alignment with the respect and love you deserve. Paying attention to these patterns helps you avoid making excuses for others or rationalizing behavior that does not serve your well-being. Focusing on actions also deepens your self-awareness. When you prioritize actions, you begin to evaluate your own behavior as well. Are you upholding your standards through your actions? Are you consistently respecting your boundaries, or are you compromising them to maintain a connection with someone who isn't reciprocating? This level of reflection empowers you to act in alignment with your values and self-worth. It is important to recognize that actions are not always grand gestures. In fact, it is often in the small, consistent acts of care and respect that someone's true intentions are revealed. A person who checks in regularly, listens attentively, and supports you in practical ways demonstrates their commitment. Conversely, someone who repeatedly fails to follow through on promises, cancels plans, or dismisses your priorities is showing you through their behavior where you stand in their priorities. This principle applies not only to romantic relationships, but to all areas of life, including friendships, family dynamics, and professional interactions. Learning to trust actions over words fosters healthier, more balanced relationships. It reduces misunderstandings and ensures that you invest your time and energy in people who truly value and respect you. By focusing on actions, you cultivate a sense of empowerment and clarity. You are no longer swayed by superficial reassurances or fleeting promises. Instead, you ground yourself in reality, honoring both your feelings and the truth revealed through consistent behavior. This approach strengthens your ability to build authentic, reciprocal connections that enrich your life. When you value yourself, you align with energies that match your self-respect, creating a natural flow that attracts people and experiences in harmony with your worth. This alignment is a fundamental principle of personal growth and relationship building, rooted in the idea that the energy you project into the world determines what you draw back to you. By cultivating self-worth and embodying respect for yourself, you raise your vibrational frequency, setting the stage for relationships and interactions that reflect your highest good. Number 2, self-value begins within. It is not determined by external factors such as accomplishments, wealth, or the approval of others. Instead, it is a deep, intrinsic understanding that you are deserving of love, respect, and kindness simply because you exist. When you anchor yourself in this belief, you radiate confidence and peace. This energy is magnetic. It signals to the world and to others that you recognize your worth and expect to be treated accordingly. Success in relationships occurs when your thoughts, feelings, and actions are consistent with your self-worth. For example, if you believe you deserve a relationship filled with mutual respect and support, your choices will naturally reflect that belief. You will set boundaries, walk away from unhealthy dynamics, and prioritize connections that feel balanced and fulfilling. This behavior creates an energetic signal, drawing people who share similar values and are capable of meeting you at that level. Conversely, when you doubt your worth, you may unconsciously attract or tolerate situations that reinforce those doubts. You might find yourself chasing unavailable people, settling for less than you deserve, or overextending yourself to earn love or approval. These patterns often stem from fear of being alone, fear of rejection, or fear of not being enough. Recognizing and addressing these fears is essential for shifting your energy and creating alignment. It is important to remember that energy alignment is not about perfection or control. It is not about manipulating outcomes or forcing connections. Instead, it is about authenticity. When you align with your true self, your values, needs, and desires, you naturally attract people and opportunities that resonate with your essence. This alignment fosters relationships that are nourishing, supportive, and deeply satisfying. The process of aligning with self-respect often involves letting go of what no longer serves you. This might mean releasing relationships that feel one-sided, stepping away from environments that drain you, or simply saying no to situations that compromise your peace. While letting go can be challenging, it is also liberating. It creates space for something better, something that aligns with your self-worth and brings genuine joy. As you align with your worth, you will notice a shift in how others respond to you. People who respect and value themselves are drawn to your energy, while those who do not align with your vibration may naturally fade away. This is not a loss, but a refinement, a clearing of the path so that you can walk in harmony with your highest self. Aligning with self-respect is an act of empowerment. It is a declaration to the universe that you are ready to receive the love, respect, and abundance that you truly deserve. This alignment transforms not only your relationships, but also your entire experience of life, opening doors to opportunities and connections that reflect the beauty and worth within you. Healing old patterns is a vital step in breaking free from cycles of people-pleasing or seeking validation from unavailable individuals. These patterns often develop over time, shaped by early experiences, relationships, and societal influences. While they may have served a purpose in the past, such as providing a sense of safety or belonging, they can limit your growth and prevent you from experiencing authentic and fulfilling connections. By recognizing and addressing these patterns, you can reclaim your power and create a new way of relating to yourself and others. At the heart of these patterns lies the tendency to seek external validation as a measure of self-worth. This can manifest as overgiving, tolerating disrespect, or striving to prove your value to someone who is emotionally distant or unavailable. These behaviors often stem from a belief that your worth is tied to how others perceive or treat you. Healing begins when you challenge this belief and recognize that your value is intrinsic. It does not depend on external approval or validation. Breaking these cycles requires self-awareness. It involves examining your behaviors and asking honest questions. Why do I feel the need to prove myself in this relationship? Am I prioritizing someone else's needs at the expense of my own? What fears or insecurities drive me to hold on to connections that do not serve me? This introspection can be uncomfortable, but it is a necessary step toward understanding the root causes of these patterns and addressing them with compassion. Psychology can be ambiguous and distorting. Once you become aware of these patterns, the next step is to practice self-compassion and forgiveness. It is essential to acknowledge that these behaviors were often born out of a desire to feel loved, accepted, or secure. They were survival mechanisms that made sense at the time. However, as you grow and evolve, you gain the strength and clarity to choose differently. Forgive yourself for the times you stayed in situations that hurt you or sought validation from those who could not provide it. Healing is not about blame, but about learning and transforming. Setting boundaries is a powerful way to disrupt old patterns. Boundaries create a clear framework for how you want to be treated and ensure that your energy is protected. When you set and enforce boundaries, you send a message to yourself and others that you value your well-being. This practice might feel challenging at first, especially if you are used to putting others' needs above your own. But over time, it becomes a natural and empowering act of self-respect. As you heal, you may also notice a shift in the type of relationships you attract. When you stop seeking validation from unavailable people, you open yourself up to connections that are reciprocal and grounded in mutual respect. This shift is not a coincidence. It is a reflection of your inner transformation. By valuing yourself, you align with relationships and experiences that honor your worth. Healing old patterns is a journey, not a destination. It requires patience, persistence, and a willingness to face discomfort. But with each step you take, you reclaim your power, deepen your connection to yourself, and create space for relationships that are rooted in authenticity, respect, and genuine love. This process is not just about changing your relationships with others. It is about transforming your relationship with yourself, which is the foundation for all the love and joy you deserve. The freedom of letting go is one of the most liberating and transformative experiences you can embrace. Letting go is not about giving up or admitting defeat. Rather, it is an act of self-love and trust in the greater flow of life. It involves releasing the need to control outcomes, chase after others, or hold on to relationships, situations, or emotions that no longer serve your highest good. By letting go, you open space for growth, clarity, and opportunities that align with your worth and aspirations. Letting go is about recognizing when something is no longer contributing positively to your life. This can include relationships that drain your energy, unfulfilled expectations, or fears that keep you stuck in repetitive patterns. Often the reluctance to let go stems from fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of being alone, or fear of missing out. These fears can create a false sense of attachment, convincing you to hold on even when it causes you pain. However, clinging to what is not meant for you only delays your growth and prolongs your suffering. Letting go begins with acceptance. Acceptance means acknowledging reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. It is about seeing people and situations clearly without projecting your desires or expectations onto them. For example, if someone consistently shows through their actions that they are not invested in your well-being, accepting this truth allows you to stop trying to change them or the situation. This acceptance is not about judgment or resentment. It is about freeing yourself from the emotional weight of unmet expectations. Another vital aspect of letting go is trusting that what is meant for you will never pass you by. This trust comes from understanding that life operates in cycles and that every ending is also a beginning. When you let go of something or someone, you are not closing the door to love, joy, or opportunity. Instead, you are making room for new experiences and connections that are more aligned with your growth and well-being. Trusting the process requires faith in yourself and the belief that you are deserving of better. Letting go is also an act of empowerment. It shifts the focus from external circumstances to your inner strength and agency. By releasing what no longer serves you, you reclaim control over your energy and choices. You are no longer tethered to the actions or approval of others. Instead, you become the author of your own story, free to create a life that reflects your values and desires. Practicing letting go often involves forgiveness, not just of others, but also of yourself. Forgiveness does not mean condoning harmful behavior or forgetting past pain. Rather, it is about releasing the emotional grip that resentment or regret may have on you. Forgiving yourself for past mistakes or choices allows you to move forward with compassion and clarity. Whether you're experiencing trauma related to past losses, heartache, family conflicts, friendships, grief. Similarly, forgiving others frees you from the burden of carrying anger or disappointment, enabling you to focus on your own healing and growth. As you let go, you may initially feel a sense of loss or discomfort. This is natural because it is human to grieve what was familiar, even if it wasn't fulfilling. Allow yourself to feel these emotions without judgment. They are a part of the process and will pass as you continue to move forward. Over time, you will notice a lightness and clarity that comes with releasing what no longer serves you. The beauty of letting go is that it leads to transformation. When you release the need to chase, control, or cling, you step into a space of openness and receptivity. You attract people, opportunities, and experiences that align with your energy and values. Your relationships become healthier, your decisions more intentional, and your sense of self more grounded. Letting go is not about losing. It is about gaining freedom, peace, and the ability to embrace life's endless possibilities. The freedom of letting go is about trusting yourself and the journey you are on. It is about honoring your worth and prioritizing your well-being over the fear of change or loss. By letting go, you affirm that you deserve a life filled with love, respect, and joy, and that you have the strength to create it. Thanks for watching.